Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Juliet, an entrepreneur and a mentor, and especially helping small businesses grow to the next level. So today we are going to tackle the topic around controls in the chips business. Chips or fries, however way you want to call it. So controls around inventory, controls around cash flow, and controls around, they're just the operations of the business basically, just to ensure that you're mitigating your risk in that particular business. So the chips business is a business that most people really get into. Why? Because it's very easy to start. The raw materials are readily available around in the country. And so it is easy for someone who's in Kenya to start that kind of business. However small capital they have, as low as 10,000, 5,000, somebody can start that business. So it's a business that's easy to start and the margins are good because it's a fast food and everybody wants to snack here and there once in a while where they're walking along the road, taking a walk, or just at home chilling and there's someone at the neighborhood selling chips, they'd go and buy it for themselves or for their children. So the controls here, we are looking at three major areas on this business. So the first area we are looking at is procurement. So when it comes to procurement, there are very many areas, but we'll just look at the ordering area, how you order for your stock, and then how you receive it into your system and how you receive it physically in the business, and then also how you do that payment for that particular stock that you have bought. So first things first is number one, ensure that you have legit suppliers. Suppliers who are good and are offering you a good product, especially because here we are dealing with potatoes. In chips, we are dealing with potatoes. And probably your inventories are going to be oil, potatoes, spices here and there, you know. And so it is important that you just get the right grade of potatoes for your business. Why? Because people want the best. So it has to taste nice. You're selling food. So at the end of the day, give us a good, delicious snack. So get a good supplier who's going to give you the best grade of potatoes. And then this supplier should be able to be consistent. Someone who's able to provide that whenever and wherever you need it. Okay? So get someone who's well established in that area, knows what they're doing, especially around potatoes. Someone who's available and never runs out of stock, basically. That is number one. It ensures that your product is consistently available in the shop or in the store. So there's no day you're going to sell that we have closed because the fries or chips are not available. So number two is it helps you maintain a good relationship with that supplier. So you find most of the time that they know you as a business owner and they're always contacting you directly, and especially when there are hitches here and there. So it becomes hard in that case for employees to collude with such a supplier because they know they talk to the boss. And so it is not very easy for them to collude. Yeah. So when it comes to that part of getting your supplier, just ensure that you're able to manage your employees as well when it comes to that. So have one person who is receiving stock from your supplier. So when the goods come in, have one person who's dedicated to receiving the stock and ensuring that they're recording whatever they are receiving. One important thing about this step is that you as a business owner needs to ensure that you have the best stock. What you ordered first is in, and then the grade is good. You have to check that stock physically. For example, if it is a sack of potatoes, ensure that you do not have rotten potatoes in there because someone can give you rotten potatoes as inventory. What do? That is wastage for your business. So that is one area you need to check. What has come in terms of, in this case, weight, and then check inside. What do you have? Is it edible food? Yes. So then tick. That's fine. So that goes, and then now we go to how you pay your supplier. Your supplier is supposed to be paid for what they have brought. So as long as the inventory has come in and the records are straight, then he's good to go. You're able to pay him in whatever terms that you have agreed. One thing that you need to note as a business owner is that you should avoid overbuying stock. Don't overstock that product, especially the potatoes. They are very perishable. So you need just enough for that particular day or two. or maybe 3, depending on the quality of potatoes that you have, so that you do not have a lot of wastages because they could get rotten or something could just happen and you do not have what to sell the following day. So just have enough so that you do not overstock. Okay. As a business owner, just ensure that you don't just randomly buy stock from any supplier that walks into your premise saying that they supply this and they want you to buy. No, get a specific 1, 2, 3 people are enough for to supply you the potatoes. And then, of course, you need to ensure that you're not overstocking. Overstocking of your potatoes means once in a while you'll find that they are rotten, especially if the sales are low, you'll be unable to sell them because probably their taste is going to be different, or even just they get rotten and then you go at a loss or have some wastages because of that. The next important step for your business in a chips business is the preparation stage. This is a very critical area because it has a lot of risks. One, wastages, and then there's a risk of theft. Wastages because potatoes are peeled and how it is peeled also matters. Secondly, the rottenness of the potatoes and all that. That is what we were talking about. What you need to know as a business owner in this area of preparation is you must have knowledge of the bill of material that you're using. How much does it cost to do a plate of chips? How much does it cost in terms of electricity, in terms of how many kilos you need of potatoes, how much oil and all that. It is just important that you get this information so that you're able to track your usage. When you track your raw material usage, it is very easy for you to analyze and know how much would cost you to have a plate of chips for your customer. So you'll be able to know how much oil you use per plate, or even how much potatoes in terms of kgs or grams, how much spices you need for a certain kg of potatoes. So as a business owner, have some time, take some time and just sit in your business and learn all that. You could do it this way, that you get a 100 kg bag of potatoes, it comes to your business, and ensure that you're there until the potatoes are over so that you're able just to give an estimate plus or minus of how much it would cost you to produce a plate of chips. So if you have that figure, then it is easier for you as a business person to know what to do when and where and how much you need, the frequency at which you need it, because you keep replenishing your stock and the raw materials all the time. So get that information on your fingertips, and then it is easier for you to highlight or pinpoint areas of risk whenever they occur in your business. One thing about this is that when your employees know that you have an idea of what it would cost for each particular product that they're offering the customer, then it is easier to have a conversation. It is easier to hold them accountable. It is even easier for them to do their job because they know they're supposed to record their stock, produce this, and this is the output that is expected by the business. So it becomes very easy for everyone to do their job, basically. Now, when it comes to selling, where you're handling your cash, you're selling to your customers. Some are paying through the M-Pesa or cash or the bank, whatever way they're paying. So it is important that you get to know the pricing right. Get your pricing right as a business owner. If possible, please get your price visible out there so that if the customer is coming in, they know the prices of your products. It is very easy and very clear for them. And then when it comes to your payments and the cash, make sure that you're doing a daily reconciliation of the same. So get your employees to do the same reconciliation. Okay. So now your cashier is supposed to be very keen, especially because their report is going to be really helpful in reconciling what is in the store in terms of inventory. So probably we said you need to know and analyze unit costs for each and every product. And this is very crucial because the money in helps you know this number of sales is supposed to produce this number of plates, or that kind of thing, so that you're able to know what your gross margin is at the end of the day. So make sure that if possible, you can implement a cashless system, because now when you're operating using cash, it is also a risk for you as a business owner. So if you can go cashless, the better, so that you're able to maintain that integrity in your business and be able to do your bank reconciliations very easily, so that people are not really running around in your business with cash. It's also a safety precaution even for the store, so that you're not having people coming in thinking that you have cash on your tills. And of course, the most crucial thing is that your cashier should not be the cook. So develop a system whereby the cashier is separate from the cook. So when you just go to the cashier, you're able to get your receipt. And when you go to the cook, he has his own inventory slip or something that shows that this amount of products came out, so that you're reconciling the same and they should be able to tally at the end of the day. So if you're running a chips business, comment down below and let me know which areas of difficulty you're having in your business and how and what controls you're putting in place for you to be able to improve each and every day for your business. And then the biggest areas of challenge, we'll be able to tackle them in the next video. If we find time, we'll be able to look at them and then see how we can get controls and put systems in place so that this business of yours is thriving to the next level. See you on the next video.